tatta dhim tatakita dhim tadim tattam.
Hello everyone, welcome. This is Padma. Welcome to my channel. On this channel I share with you the philosophy and practice from ancient goddess tradition from my culture, which is India. In recent weeks I have been sharing with you practices that connect us to the intimacy of nature through intimacy with our body. And I have been doing this as I have been preparing for a 2-day intensive invoking nature goddesses, and that's going to be on the 22nd and 23rd of January. And in this intensive I am going to share with you many such practices that return us to the intimacy of our own body, which is of course the closest source of the wild, or the closest domain of the wild that we have. So if you feel called in your hearts to join me, I will include details below in the description, and I would love to have the honor of your company. It's completely online via Zoom, and so for those of you who join me, I look forward to your company. So I'm going to continue to share with you some of these simple practices. And today we are going to have the practice, this beautiful practice of Garuda, or the eagle. So the reason why I am doing this intensive and I'm sharing these practices with you is there are in these times the energy of this yearning for some intimacy, because we have gone through a very long period where we have been disconnected, not only just from each other, with distance, not being able to travel to our loved ones. That's really personal for me. I have not been able to go back to India or see my own friends and family. But for many of us, it doesn't even have to be another country. Even sometimes in people that are in another city or in another state. And we've also been disconnected from all those things that the mind has for so many years located where our intimacy is. And they've all been very external to us. And this is, of course, the way that the mind works. Is the mind is this soaring eagle. The mind's domain is this sky, and it's always looking either into the very distant future or into the past. And it looks at the earth from this bird's eye view and thinks that, it's got a summation of the earth. It sort of knows how the earth is because it looks at it from this distance and figures out that, it can kind of understand the earth or conquer the earth with its own ways of understanding. The mind is very dominating. It always wants to control and dominate. And we have been living for centuries in this way, where we've thought that everything comes from the mind and we can control everything with the mind. But of course, I think many of us feel that we are now where this assumption is really being tested, if it hasn't already been tested before. But certainly now we're coming to times where there are many of us who sense that reality, nature, is something far beyond the control of our minds, and that there is a real gift, there's a real wisdom, there is a real guidance, there is a real compassion, love that is given to us very freely when we can just let go of this controlling, of this desire to dominate and control and make everything understandable to us through our minds. And there is this yearning for the wild. We want to connect back again to the wild. And the wild, the most intimate wild, is our own body, because our body, like nature, is not created by the mind. In fact, it is of the same quality, the same consciousness as nature around us. It is not the mental consciousness. Sometimes we think the body is just inert and it's unintelligent, and it just is only infused with consciousness and intelligence from the mind, and nothing can be further from the truth. And this is what we carry to the external world as well. We think that nature is inert and unintelligent, and we need our mental intelligence to control and manage it and make sense of it. And again, I think these times are showing us that nothing is further from the truth. So many of these ancient practices were to bring to our awareness the intelligence of the mind. How does the intelligence of the body actually, and as well as the truth about the intelligence of the mind. So these ancient practices wanted to open to us how is the body's consciousness, how is the body's consciousness bringing us into that really intimate connection with nature. So this is not metaphorical or symbolic. It's not a sentimental connection. It's not hierarchical where we say that we are the guardians of nature. We are here to protect nature. But how are we intimately in our consciousness a part of this nature? How in our weight, in our flow, in our sensations, how do we connect with the sensations of nature, because that's the level at which our consciousness is connected. So let me share this beautiful eagle practice with you, and it is a love invitation from the body to the mind, this practice. And like I said, the mind is the eagle that is soaring above in the skies, very far away from the earth, and the body's invitation is, can you attach yourself to me? And can you attach yourself to my weight, to my groundedness, to my momentum? And I'm not going to curtail your flight. I don't want to clip your wings, but we can soar on this earth. We can soar in this connected way. I can give you the momentum, the weighted momentum, and you can soar across this earth. So we can do this together. This is this beautiful invitation of the body, the love song of the body to the mind. So please join with me in this Garuda practice, or the practice of the eagle. Let's start with the upper body. And so I would love you to think of this upper body as the wings of the eagle, opening the palms to the sky. Now, if you can use a mudra, which is just bending your ring fingers down. Now, if that's difficult, it's fine to just use your flat palm. So we start with the palms down, and just as the eagle, we just open and feel. The chin is down, the chest is spread and open, just like that spacious, the flight of the eagle. And just look around you. Breathe. You know, the eagle doesn't just flap its wings, so it's got that majestic calmness, that spaciousness. And now the body says, come to me, let me ground you. And so let's go to the lower body, where all the practices of connecting to the earth happen through weight in our lower body. So we drop in. I'm going to move back a bit. So we move forward with this movement. So we drop in to the weight of the body, the weight in the feet. Loosen up those hips, push the hips slightly back as if you're about to sit, and just feel the connection. And you can feel that when you drop into the weight in the feet, put your hand on your body and just drop that weight. The chin is still down and the chest is open, and you feel that there's already this momentum here, just from the flow in the hips, that transferring of the weight. You don't have to put all your effort, initiate with the effort, but you can just allow that swinging, the weight transfer, to lead you. Just feel that. And now what we're going to do is that weight that you've just been feeling, we're going to, instead of the transfer sideways, we're going to push it forward. So along the ground, We take the foot along the ground, we take our weight with us, and we move. And then as you move the weight, your tailbone, your chest, and now you see it releases that back leg because your weight is here. And then along the ground, we move this along the ground, and again. Now as I do this, can you see that I'm being propelled forward by the weight? So it's not, everything is not coming from my pushing myself forward, but there's a propulsion that happens when you just move that weight. The weight gives you the momentum. So let's now put the arm. So we want the eagle to be propelled by this momentum of the earth. So we're saying to the mind, you don't have to do all the work. There's also beauty in soaring on the earth, grounded, and I will give you, that's what the body's saying, I will give you the momentum. I will give you that grounded momentum, so you don't have to do it all yourself. So here we are again. Now as you step forward this time, open those wings. Now you see the leg is released. Let's do that one more time. I hope you can, if you're doing this with me, I hope you can feel that weight. And sometimes your body resists being led by the weight. So allow yourself, trust that grounding. If you've really got that weight grounded, make sure you turn your knees as you come forward. So you're not pushing through the knees. You turn that knee, you keep that open position, and you will feel that propulsion. So one more time, let's be this love song, the mind and the body in love together. So I do hope that if you do this, you will sense how the body consciousness invites the mental consciousness. It's not a domination, unlike the mind, which always seeks to dominate and control. We don't blame the mind for it. That is the nature of mental consciousness. The nature of the body, the goddess and nature herself, which is all the same thing, is to never dominate, but to come together with intimacy, with passion, with deep love, and to bring the energies together and to birth something that is completely beyond what we can imagine, what we can think, and what we can project and plan for. And that is the beauty and the wonder of infinite possibilities. And that is the invitation of the nature around us, and also the body, our own body, which is our intimate wilderness. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, if you would like to join me for the intensive, please go to the details below. And I do hope that, as always, I will have the honor of your company on this channel again.